My name's Jeff Moulton. I'm one of the owners here of Tappers. I'm pretty much in charge of the games. Being a small business, everybody that's involved wears a bunch of different hats, but I'd say my primary thing is both maintaining, collecting, and restoring games. I hope people get how much passion we have in this project, because we're constantly trying to buy new games, constantly trying to get them in as best of condition as we can possibly get them in. We really try and pull out the stops of getting the original cabinets, original board sets, redo any artwork that's bad. This Street Fighter behind me, we recently, I mostly did it, but I refurbished the cabinet and everything and made custom artwork for it. We have a cabinet that's very unique here. It's in a Sky Cursor cabinet. Sky Cursor is a locally made arcade game that's on a new platform for arcades. We currently have a different game in that cabinet right now. It's not Sky Cursor. Right now it's this game called Rashlander, and it's we're currently the only arcade in the world, I think, that has that game on location. And we're really happy to try and support indie developers for arcade games.
Liquor licenses are expensive, and so I think when we were starting this, we started it through crowdfunding. So because we didn't have the money to start this whole thing, and we had this idea that we wanted to do it, and a beer and wine license is much cheaper. By tens of thousands of dollars. So we try to keep a pretty diverse list here. So we try to make sure that there's something representative of every style that exists out there, whether it's a stout, a porter, an IPA, or a lighter beer. So all of our lines here are representative of that single style. Honestly, wine is not the most popular thing here. And we've now diversified into 2 reds, 2 whites, and then a Moscato. So we're doing something a little unique to where we'll have the cocktails on draft. So we're going to have 4 cocktails on draft. So they'll be pre-mixed. So we'll put quality ingredients into a keg, and we'll be able to pour them over ice. That way, it kind of makes it easier for everybody. It makes it easier for the bartenders. It makes sure that the product is consistent and the same thing every single time that people come in.
There's definitely a large demographic that is reliving their childhood, and they're in their 30s and 40s, I'd say. Some even older than that. But we do see a lot of people that are just turning 21, 22, coming in here, and they're discovering it for the first time.
So Jeff started the campaign, so we did it through Indiegogo, similar to Kickstarter, except we get to keep a little bit larger of a percentage. And as soon as you hit that button where you start the campaign and you click live, I think we had 60 days, I think it was 2 months to get this thing completed. So it was a lot of work, and I honestly have no idea how we did it.
We had a really hard time selling this business concept to banks and anybody that would personally loan us money or anything like that. I think people didn't really get it.
So we wanted to partner with breweries, kind of show people the concept, so get people in front of the games with a beer, which is what we wanted to do anyways. That we would move in 30 machines and then move them all out that night or the next morning. And I don't know how we would do it today.
But then when we started a social media campaign to raise some money, it was basically to raise enough money so that a bank would take us seriously. That's when we realized that this is going to blow up. And it did.
I think as local businesses to local businesses, whether that's a brewery or whether that's a distillery or whether that's a winery, I think we've all been very supportive of each other. And we want to have those relationships. Anytime we can partner with somebody else, whether that's a brewery or it's a charity or it's a winery or something like that, I think it's a good thing. I think we all work together to kind of grow our own businesses, and everybody's been really receptive. There really wasn't a lot in this neighborhood at that time. I think it was kind of growing, and then as we kind of got closer to construction and that kind of thing, all these things started popping up. So I think we're surrounded with some of the greatest restaurants in the city. So I'm really happy to be a part of just this little small pocket of Indianapolis that we're in.
I don't want to see this industry die out again, not just because I'm a part of it, but because it's something that I really wish was around when I was younger. You know what I mean? And so I just think it's the coolest thing. You can come to a place, have a few beers, and duke it out on Mortal Kombat with friends. You know what I mean? That's awesome.